Okay, so I've just spent tonight playing the new Call of Duty season, and I am walking away largely disappointed with the quality of the content that is here. So this is going to be a bit of a rant video because I'm feeling a little bit annoyed by the general quality of the season of this, and also just all of the prior seasons as well. And not just in COD, I'm talking about pretty much every other AAA game on the market right now. I feel like the quality, especially in live service, is really down. Now, I kind of want to talk about why I think that is and how I think that can improve, even though I don't think there really will be any change because we all know there's a lot of money in this sort of thing. But I do want to give it a go anyway and just kind of rant some of my thoughts off. Okay, so this new season of COD has 6 new maps, and I was originally very excited when I heard this because this is the first time ever Call of Duty has ever done something on this scale for one of their seasons. Usually the multiplayer side of it gets neglected a lot, and instead they focus on Warzone and Battle Royales, which, you know, that is fair enough. The Warzone and the DMZ mode, you know, that is the money generator for them as it is a free-to-play title, so it's kind of expected that multiplayer would lack, but of course I and many other players were not very happy about that. So the fact that this is the first time the multiplayer was getting a lot of love filled me with a lot of hope and got me very excited. But that excitement quickly turned to annoyance when I jumped in and I realized the quality of these maps are pretty awful, to say the least. So my main issue with the maps here are that most of them are very small. We're talking Nuketown levels of small. And that isn't the only thing. On at least 2 of them, you can just get shot straight from spawn because, again, there is a lack of cover on these small maps.
I've been sniped across the map instantly.
I got RPG'd across the map.
Cool.
Wait, is this it? Is that did I literally just cross the whole map?
You just crossed the whole map.
Why do they love making these sort of maps, man? Holy fucking shit. Now, it's clear that these maps aren't designed for me. I've never been a fan of small maps in Call of Duty, so I could just shrug it off as, hey, these maps just aren't designed for me. But even the larger to medium-sized ones like the Zoo map and 6 Star, although they were pretty big, still felt pretty poorly designed. And I think the main reason for this is because of the way that seasons work in general. So we all know how seasons work by now. When a new season comes out, they sell you a bunch of cosmetics. That's how they generate their revenue, through that, with battle passes, with tier skips and all that sort of thing. The content itself is kind of just a way to pull you back in. Now in reality, that should work pretty well because everyone's getting free content and the draw of the season is the actual content, and then the way they make money is through the cosmetics that you can just choose not to buy. But in reality, that isn't how it works because, you guessed it, the cosmetics are going to be getting a lot more effort than the actual content itself. And that's a trend that we've been seeing a lot in live service and general AAA titles, is that these cosmetics are getting way more attention than the content of the game itself. We're seeing more and more games launch completely broken, but hey, their store works perfectly well. And hey, like, here's a new season and there's like 2 new maps, but hey, here's 30 other cosmetics that you can buy. There is so much more effort put into cosmetics because that is where the money is. That's what people are buying. That is how the studio makes their money. So it makes sense that, yeah, they're going to put more effort into that than the free content that they're putting on the side, which is simply a little draw to get you in to buy cosmetics. Now, my problem with this is that things were genuinely better in the past, back when DLCs were a thing. Because back then, you were paying for the content itself. That was the money maker. So that content had to be good, because if it wasn't good, they weren't going to make any money from it. Now though, it is completely different. If the maps aren't very good, they're maybe just mid to poor, well, it doesn't matter that much because hey, it's free content. So there is so much effort being put into these skins to make you buy the battle pass, to make you buy these store bundles, that the content itself is getting neglected, and we're seeing that pretty evidently in a lot of these games. I mean, let's take even Battlefield 2042 as an example. The maps on there have been a general improvement over the base game because the base game maps, let's just be honest, were piss poor. But the new seasonal content that we're getting is actually genuinely pretty good. But my problem with that game is that there is a general lack of it. DLCs in the past for Battlefield were always 4 maps, a ton of new guns, a ton of new vehicles, just a ton of new things for you to play with and draw you in, because again, you were paying for this new content, so you would want not only a lot of it, but you would want it to be high quality, and it usually was. However, with 2042, you get 1 new map per season, you get 2 new vehicles, and a few new guns. And that's not even to mention that if you want to play with the new guns and the new vehicles, you have to grind the battle pass. And this is where they really get you, because the new content that is in here, in these new battle passes, you get the new weapons, you get the new guns, but you have to grind to get them. You have to grind through the battle pass. Now, of course, if you want to get through that battle pass quicker, what do you have to do? Oh, you have to buy it because you get a 10% XP boost. Okay, fair enough. But hey, if you want to get through it even quicker, you can just buy tier skips. If you want to go through an entire battle pass, that's going to cost you upwards of $100. That is insane. Over $100 to get through a battle pass just to get some new content for a game that used to be $15 per DLC. Not only to mention that you would get more content in a DLC, and it was better. Am I crazy for thinking that seasons are worse than DLC? Because I genuinely think they are. And again, I know what the defense is going to be. I know what a lot of people are thinking. Okay, but it's free content still. There's no divide in the player base. Everybody gets it. At the end of the day, free content is better. Yeah, sure, I agree that free content is good in theory. However, in practicality, free content just means less quality and much, much less of it in general, because again, why would they put effort into something they're not really going to make money from? All of that effort is simply going to go into skins rather than the actual content. And if you don't believe me, just compare DLCs of the past to seasons of the future, because I promise you, you will notice a huge difference in quantity and quality. Okay, so I got into a bit of a rant there for a while, but it is something that genuinely annoys me because I genuinely believe that DLCs were better back in the day. And yes, I do understand that there was a player divide every time DLCs would come out because not everybody could afford the DLCs or wanted to buy them. And the way content works now is that everybody gets it, but is that really worth it when the quality of the content we're getting really sucks? Not to mention that it's all designed around making you grind the game. The longer you're playing the game, the more likely you are to buy skins, so they design everything around that. Not only do we get less content, but we also get mid-season drops, which hides some of that content away until midway through the season, where they eventually spread it out and then drop it in little pieces. That sucks. Why not just give us all of that content on day one? It's way more exciting when you do that. It gives people way more to play, and it's just in general way more fun. Again, back how DLCs used to work, you would pay the money, you would get the content. Day one, everything would be there. New maps, new guns, new vehicles, everything. But we don't get that anymore. We have to grind for the new weapons, we have to grind for the new vehicles, and we have to wait a month or two for the other new maps in terms of Call of Duty, and even in terms of Battlefield. The newest season of Battlefield finally introduces more than just one map. They are bringing 2. I was pretty excited when I heard that. I thought, cool, 2 new 2042 maps. This could be pretty exciting. Then, of course, I found out that one of them will be coming a month or 2 later, which immediately made me less excited. But then I also found out that it is not a new map. It is a part of an old map that they cut out and they are re-releasing on its own, and they are advertising this as a new map. Things like this, they would not have been able to get away with. If they were charging $15 for these updates, people would lose their minds. They would not get away with this and nobody would buy it. However, because it's free content, they can do whatever they want. Nobody really cares. It really, really does suck, and I really do think it is one of the main reasons that the AAA, at least first-person shooter space, is really suffering right now. Because again, these seasons and battle passes aren't any good for anybody. And again, I just really want to hammer on this point because I think it's really, really predatory to lock the new items and the new gadgets and actual fun things of the season behind this battle pass that you have to grind. And if you want to grind it quicker, you have to buy the battle pass to get a boost. And if you just want to straight up get the new content, you have to pay way more money than you should for battle pass tier skips to then eventually get through it and get up. I think it's super predatory, I think it's super scummy, and I think it really sucks to do that in a full $70 AAA title. That is just insanity to me. And again, the quality that we're getting of these seasons, I personally just don't think is up to par. And I don't think we really should stand for it. I think more people should be vocal about the displeasement that they have and just how much all of this sucks. And I don't think I'm alone here. I mean, maybe I am. Maybe I'm just an old man. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But I really feel like I'm not alone, and that there are a lot of you out there who genuinely agree with me that yeah, DLCs were better, and that isn't just nostalgia talking. Again, you can go and compare for yourself. We got more content, more quality every single time because that was the product. Now, skins are the product. Okay, but that is all I wanted to talk about tonight. I've just been playing COD, like I said, for the last hour or so, and I've just been seeing this new content. It's been making me mad because I was excited to play 6 new maps, and then I found out that it's only 4 new maps. The other 2 are being locked off. The new guns, again, are locked behind a battle pass, and the maps just weren't very good in general, and it kind of annoyed me. And I felt the same way when I played the new Battlefield season. I was very excited for the new map, played it, very underwhelmed, didn't think it was very good. All of the new content was locked behind the battle pass. I'm just getting really sick of live service. I'm getting sick of battle passes. I'm getting sick of season passes. So I just wanted to make this video where I just kind of sit here and rant for a while, because honestly it was just getting on my nerves, and I just wanted to get these thoughts off my chest really. Okay, so yeah, that is all. I'm sorry that this video was unprofessional and overly negative and stuff. It's just, again, this is something I needed to get off my chest. Let me know what you think down below. Do you agree with me, or am I just an old man yelling at clouds? I don't know. I need you to tell me for real. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any videos. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Hopefully it will be more positive.